games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty Games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to another FIFA 21 concept card video. Today we're looking at some players that I think are massively deserving of some big upgrades from FIFA 20 to FIFA 21. So I've made a list of 10 players that I think should warrant some fairly big upgrades. So I'm talking about like, you know, like a minimum +3, or it makes them like quite a high rating. So let's say they were an 84 and they go to like an 87 or 88, like, you know, going from that board to walkout step. So I've gone with 10 players that I think massively do fit that criteria. So without further ado, I think it's time to get into it. Let's look at these top 10. So up first, I have gone with Trent Alexander-Arnold, arguably the best, if not one of the best right backs in the world right now. This guy's had a fantastic couple of seasons at Liverpool and is very much making that right back position his, and is, you know, setting the world on fire with such a young player with such a high talent. I think he really does deserve to really step up into that top rank now. 88 rating I think is highly deserved. I wouldn't be surprised to see an 87 either, but I think an 88 is what to expect, just because, you know, he already received a big boost this year. He's got Young Player of the Year in the Premier League. He also obviously got Team of the Season, all this stuff. I seriously do think he's going to get a big boost. So I think an 88 rated card is probably fair and justified. He had an 88 rated centre mid this year in his shapeshifter card, so I've kind of based it a little bit off of that, given a bit more pace though I think, and a couple of boosts in other places too. So I think if this card did exist, I think it'd be a very good card, and again, an upgrade that's definitely warranted. On this next one, apologies for the blurry image on his face. I couldn't find a particularly good image to cut out for him, so I'm afraid, CAMAVINGA, mate, you're going to have to deal with this card. But this guy is currently a silver on FIFA 20, and he has had a phenomenal season. He wasn't in the game until after winter refresh, which is when he could have got his upgrade anyway. The fact they still gave him a silver card with how good of a season he's had over in the league is crazy. A very good young talent, and honestly has got to be a gold card next year. He is absolutely fantastic. I think there's a lot of clubs lining up bids for him. I think Barcelona were in for like a £60 million bid or something crazy, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him go to another team like that if he does get his big money move. And if he does, I think if anything, it just boosts his chance of getting upgraded, because that's what EA like to do. Oh, this big team bought him, oh, he must be a good player then, so they up his rating like that. But seriously, I think a 77 is a massive boost, but I think it's justified. I think it's like a +8 or something crazy. I think this card would be fantastically deserving of an upgrade. Sadly, a bit of a stinker card, but if he keeps up his good form, he could get some special cards, and who knows, he could get a very beastly looking like one to watch or something. But regardless, I think CAMAVINGA, mate, is definitely going to be getting an upgrade in FIFA 21. An upgrade that I'm sure surprises nobody to see, that is Alphonso Davies. Now, he had a silver 72 rated card at the start of this year. Think about that for a second. 72 rated silver card, and he is what a lot of people are dubbing as possibly the best left back on the planet right now. Now, I haven't given him the rating to warrant the best left back on the planet, but to go +10 on what he was at the start of FIFA 20 to the start of FIFA 21, I think is a plenty big enough boost. He could be an 83, he could just squeak into that board rating, but I think an 82 is probably just about justified. Definitely going to be a rare card because of the pace and all the other stuff. The stats I've given him there as a guess, if he gets anything like that, it will be incredible to see, and I think it'll be a card that we see a lot of people running in the early stages of FIFA. It'll be quite expensive, I reckon, if he gets a card like this, because you guys know the meta. I know I haven't played 21 yet, but the meta is always pace. If this guy's got 90+ pace, an anchor card on that, and you absolutely laugh, and it'll be disgustingly good to use. So I think Davies is A, very much warranting an upgrade, B, be a rare card, and 82 is my prediction. I think it'll be a good card to see, and I think it'll be expensive at the start of the game. Another player who started off with a silver card at the start of 21, and it's Erling Haaland. Haaland has absolutely set the Bundesliga on fire. The 19-year-old, I think he is absolutely scoring goals for fun. Got himself an upgrade to a 79 card, I'm fairly sure it was. I can see a +5 happening. I seriously see him getting an 84. The only reason I've gone with him getting a bigger boost than Davies is purely because him being a striker, him having the upgrade already. I just think personally that they're gonna give him a bigger boost. Now that's, again, a +5 is a little bit different to the +10 on Davies, but I know that Davies obviously got a boost too. But I just think Haaland's going to get an 84. I see him being a board next year. I wouldn't be surprised to see Davies get one, like I said, but I think Haaland will be a very good card, very desirable, and I think a lot of people will want him early on. He'll be a bit clunky. He's one of those cards that's probably a very good finisher, but maybe if he hasn't got the weak foot or the skill moves, it'll be interesting to see what he gets given. But I see Bundesliga being a very used league at the start of next FIFA, and I think Haaland will be a player that a lot of people are trying to get early on. I think he's going to be one of those players that's sat at like 30k for, just because of how popular he is in real life and how good his card looks. I wouldn't be surprised to see this card. Theo Hernandez has had an incredible season over at AC Milan, becoming one of the top goal scorers in the team, in a team that actually did do fairly well as well. I think they had a bit of a weird season, but I think Theo Hernandez had a fantastic season by his own account. And an 81 rated card is a card that I would be very much expecting to see. Again, a rare. I'd be very surprised to not see this card get a rare card again with the pace and with the other stuff. Looks like a very, very close version to Alphonso Davies, but not quite as good. But I think Hernandez will be another very good card that people want to see. He's French, so gets linked to the French league players or just other French players around. Plus Serie A, so he's in a good league and nation anyway. Realistically, I think this card's going to be very, very fun to use. And again, another player that's probably going to be quite pricey, especially at the start of the year. Danny Ings at a 76 rating seems crazy now when you think of how good of a season he's had. I seriously think he's going to get at least an 80 rated card. I don't think he'll get into the board status, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him get, like, you know, Vardy's card at the start of this year being an 82. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ings get a very similar card. And realistically, again, another one of those cards that if you look at it, it's pretty decent, an engine on that kind of card, and I'm sure it'll be very, very popular. A really good early Prem card, and I think he'll be a card that a lot of people would like to try out at least and see how good he is at the start of FIFA. Realistically, I think an 82 is fair. I wouldn't be surprised to see anywhere from an 80 to an 82. +4 is still a very, very good and very, very warranted upgrade, but I think an 82 honestly is a fair reflection, and I would love to try that card if he did get it. OCAMPOS is a player that's gone a little bit under the radar with how well they performed this season. I think it's around 16 goals in all competitions this season. And I think realistically a card that actually is doing very, very well. And a lot of people maybe are overlooking because he's got a very low rated card on FIFA 20. And actually I think an 81 is a warranted upgrade. Got himself a team of the season, as I'm sure a lot of people probably know, because like myself, a lot of people packed him as a troll team of the season Messi. But I do think this card will be very, very worthy of an upgrade and an interesting card to start off with. He's not slow. He's got 88 pace if he gets anything that I've predicted here. Good dribbling, decent shooting, and I think a very good starting card. An upgrade or two if he was to get an inform, for example, and his card's looking really meta straight away. So I'd be interested to see if he does get an upgrade, and if it's 80 plus, I think he's going to be a very good usable card, and even better if upgrades were to come in. OSIMHEN has got himself a big money move off to Napoli, and I think that's part of the reason he'll get an upgrade, but also the fact he has had a phenomenal season at Lille, getting himself a team of the season, getting a future star as well in the future star promo on FIFA 20, and I think an 80 plus rated card is definitely warranted. An 81 again is my prediction for this one, like the OCAMPOS. Again, 88 pace, 81 shooting, and I think it'll be a very, very good viable card. Another one of those low budget beasts that people will like to try and start out at the start of the game. Him being in the Italian league gives him plenty of good links, plenty of players to play around him to get easy chemistry, and realistically I think at Napoli he'll do well in real life and maybe get himself a one to watch now that he's got that move confirmed. It'll be interesting to see if he does get it, and if he does, I think this card will be obviously a one to watch to start off with and be a bit of a beast. Jadon Sancho is definitely going to be getting an upgrade. The question is, how high will his rating go? I think 88 is probably fair as a reflection. In my head, I was thinking, is he a better right wing than Trent Alexander-Arnold is a right back? And that's a tricky question to ask, in my opinion. Comparing people in different positions can always be quite tough, but I think both have had phenomenal seasons, so a +4 I think is definitely warranted to Jadon Sancho. He's definitely going to be a walkout. There's no two ways about that. The question is, will he get an 88? Same with the Trent. Will he get an 88? Will it be an 87? I don't know. But I do seriously think Jadon Sancho warrants it. A lot of very good players in Germany, especially at Dortmund. And this card would be an incredibly good card. I kept the shooting quite low because wingers seem to always get low shooting anyway. But the high dribbling, the high pace, decent passing, I think it all adds up and makes a very, very good usable card. I think it'll be very expensive at the start of the year. And I think a lot of people will try and get him into the teams. Again, like they did this year because of the links. English, Bundesliga, you can't ask for more than that. And our final player on the list is Adama Traoré, a player, again, that I think a lot of people maybe don't think about the fact he's going to get a big upgrade. I think a lot of people expect him to get an upgrade because he's a 77 rated base card on FIFA 20. That was his base card this year, so he's got to get himself an upgrade. There's no two ways about it. Again, will he get a board? I don't think so. I think a +5 is plenty, and I think it's definitely warranted. If he got an 83, I wouldn't be upset. Obviously, it just makes him harder to pack. Again, definitely a rare 97 pace. There's no two ways not getting that. High physical, high dribbling. I didn't want to boost his shooting and passing too much because then it sort of felt like his card was getting higher and higher rated as I sort of added them all up and everything. So I think realistically an 82 is probably fair, and I really do think this is going to be a good card. I highly see a lot of people trying to run this at the start of FIFA. There's going to be so many good, like, low rated, I'm going to say low budget, but there'll be meta wingers at the start of 21 that I predict being very good and usable. People like Saint Maximin along that kind of similar similar sort of level of player. And I think Adama Traoré is going to be one of the ones that people really want to get themselves. So I think this guy will A, get an upgrade, and B, will be very expensive and very sought after at the start of 21. But those are all my predictions for this video, just 10 players. If you want to see more videos like this, then please do let me know in the comment section. I've got another idea for a series I'm going to do for bringing out players and like, you know, 21 concept cards, and it's going to take me a little while to do. I'm going to try and get that out fairly frequently if I can, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do give a like on the video. It's greatly appreciated and it helps me out massively, so thank you of course to everyone who does like the video. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that sub button. We are absolutely smashing it right now with the support. You guys are absolutely incredible, so thank you so much. 60% of you watching aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you want to hit that sub button, it'd be greatly appreciated. But for now, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching. I've been Tom, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands in a bit.
Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up. Check them online, you might catch them playing FIFA. Hey, yeah, you know we keep it live. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Gaming channel, what's the best one? Keep it hella dope, hella fresh, huh? Yeah, Hursty games, tune in. Even told my grandmama, sister, and my best friend. You might want to check them if you want to be entertained. You already know the name. Check us out, Hursty games. Hey, whoop. Make sure to give a like and subscribe.